Hello, in this video I will show you how to create a turntable animation for your terrain directly in Gaia. Creating a turntable is very simple. Once you have finished creating your terrains with the shape and maybe the textures, you go to the build panel, click on the rectangles here, the build manager, and choose animator. Now, before continuing with the explanation, be mindful because the animator will create the animation for the terrain that you are visualizing in the viewport. For example, right now I'm visualizing the final node of my graph, which means the erosion, and the terrain looks like this at 2K resolution. If I decrease the resolution to 0.5 and maybe I also visualize only the first node, then in this case you will create the animation for this terrain and not for your final terrain here. So be careful about this. After choosing the resolution that you want, in my case I chose 2K, you must position the camera. So for example, I will move it like this. And this will be your starting position for the rotation of the animation. Then you go here to the animator, you choose the location where you want to save your still images because Gaia will output either PNG or JPEG images, and then you must combine them in a video editing software. Then you choose a file name, for example, let's say mountain turntable. Start angle is the angle at which the rotation will start. I recommend leaving it at 0. Number of frames, you can increase them to a maximum of almost 10,000 and the minimum is 10. I will leave it to the default for now. Then you have the resolution. This is the rendering resolution because the animator doesn't work like taking a screenshot. When you take a screenshot, the resolution is based on your screen size. But in this case, we have a virtual camera, so you can choose a resolution of up to 4K. In this case, I leave it to, let's say, 1080p. Super sample is a multiplier for the resolution. If you want a higher resolution, you can increase the super sample. So at 1x, it means this resolution multiplied by 1, and obviously it doesn't change anything. But if I choose, for example, 2x, then it means 2 times this resolution, so 4K. I leave it to 1x. Rotation is the direction of your rotation, so you can choose clockwise or counterclockwise. I leave it to clockwise. Lighting, you have two options. Attached to terrain means the light is baked into the terrain, including the shadows. And if I lowered the resolution to preview the animation, otherwise at 2K it will lag. So if I preview it, as you can see, the light the shadows doesn't move, and the light stay the same throughout the animation. On the other hand, with fixed location, the shadows will move accordingly to the position of the camera. Then you can choose to open the folder after animation. Let's check it. Format, you can choose PNG or JPEG. I recommend PNG so you don't get any details lost. Then you have some buttons here. Animate will render the animation for the number of frames that you choose with all the settings that you choose before. And also remember to bump up the quality in the viewport. Preview, it's like I did before, just to preview the animation. Then you have the option to save or load your camera settings. You can save them locally. And this is it basically. Now I will simply set the minimum frames here and animate. As you can see, we have all the rendered images of our animation for the number of frames that we chose, and we can simply scroll them to preview the animation. And this is it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If it's the case, leave a like to support the channel, subscribe to stay up to date with the latest contents. If you have any question, comment below, and I'll see you in the next one.